Have you ever wondered what the best country in Europe is to live, work, and really do well? The answer isn't as simple as it seems. What might be heaven for one person could be a nightmare for another, full of red tape, unexpected costs, and even culture shock. Picking the right place is super important so you don't waste your money, energy, and years of your life in a spot that just doesn't fit what you're looking for. That's why today we're going to compare the most popular European countries for anyone looking for a new life. Not just Germany, Ireland, or the Netherlands, but also places that are getting more and more popular like Spain and Portugal. We'll look at key things like visas, job chances, how much you can save, quality of life, social benefits, how easy it is to fit in, the weather and housing. By the end, you'll have a full picture of the best and worst places, depending on who you are. Get ready, because what you find out might totally change your life plans. Visa and residency made easy. The first big challenge for anyone dreaming of settling down in Europe is always the same. How do you get in? And more importantly, how do you stay there legally? And trust me, there's a huge difference between the various countries. Germany, for example, is at the top of the list. The blue card for skilled workers is processed in just a few weeks, and it gives you the chance to apply for permanent residency in less than 3 years if you already know German. It's like hitting the jackpot, but with studying. The Netherlands also shines with its visa for highly skilled immigrants, approved in 2 to 4 weeks, and in 5 years the door to residency opens. It's almost like everything is in your favor if you're looking for a new life. Ireland has a special permit for jobs that are in high demand, which gives you access to long-term residency in less than 2 years, and even lets your partner work right away. It's like a perfect match. Sweden offers stability with residency in 4 years, but the real catch is that most jobs require you to speak fluent Swedish. It's like trying to win a card game without knowing the rules. France focuses on the talent passport, which is good for 4 years, but without speaking French well, it's super hard to get ahead professionally. It's like wanting to impress everyone at a holiday dinner without knowing how to cook. Portugal and Spain have created a shortcut for digital nomads, investors, and skilled workers, making them more and more popular places to go. It's the new hot thing, my friend. Austria, on the other hand, requires German from the start and a lot of patience with all the paperwork. It's like waiting in a long line at the post office on the first day of the month. Norway is even stricter. You need a job offer from outside the country, and you have to learn Norwegian to get a good career. It's like trying to win the lottery without even buying a ticket. In this area, the difference is clear. If you want a fast and easy process, Germany, the Netherlands, Ireland, Portugal, and Spain are your best bets. The others require a lot of effort, time, and extra work that not everyone is willing to give. Job opportunities. One of the most important questions before moving is whether you can actually find a good job in your field in the country you want to move to. Germany continues to be the job engine of Europe, with a huge demand for engineers, tech professionals, and researchers. Plus, foreign degrees are easily accepted, and you can often start working in English while you improve your German. The Netherlands offers something similar, with an added bonus. Dutch employers often hire without a problem in English, and the job market is quite international. Ireland, thanks to big tech companies like Google, Meta, and Apple in Dublin, has seen a real tech boom, becoming a magnet for digital professionals. However, the competition is tough, and housing prices, as we'll see, make things harder. Luxembourg stands out in areas like finance and banking, with very high salaries, although the job market is more focused and limited to highly skilled people. Spain and Portugal have started to attract more and more talented people, with programs for startups, digital nomads, and jobs in tourism and services, even though salaries are generally lower than in Northern Europe. Sweden surprises with its balance between work and personal life. A great work environment and lots of flexibility, but high taxes and the language barrier slow down those who want to grow quickly. France offers attractive salaries in tech and consulting, but you need to know French for important positions. Austria is looking for engineers and nurses, and German is essential here too. Norway promises good salaries on paper, but without knowing the language, it's extremely hard to find a job there. In short, if you're looking for the best job opportunities, you're better off in Germany, the Netherlands, and Ireland. For those who value lifestyle over salary, Spain and Portugal offer an easier entry with a less competitive but growing job market. Possibility of saving money. There's no point in finding a job abroad if after taxes and rent, there's almost nothing left of your paycheck. The differences between countries are huge and can completely change your experience as an expat. Luxembourg is at the top of the list when it comes to saving money. Even though the cost of living is high, the salaries, especially in finance and tech, allow you to save between 1,500 and 2,000 euros a month if you manage your housing costs well. Also, many workers choose to live in cheaper border regions like France or Belgium and commute daily, which is doable given the country's small size. The Netherlands also offers good chances, mainly thanks to the famous 30% rule, which greatly lowers the tax burden for skilled professionals. The problem is that in Amsterdam, the rent for a small apartment can easily go over 1,500 euros a month. Ireland pays high salaries in the tech sector, but Dublin is one of Europe's most expensive cities, which limits how much you can save, even though with good planning it's still possible to put away between 800 and 1,000 euros a month. Germany offers stability and a fair wage, but many expats are surprised to find they save less than they expected after taxes and deductions. This is often a tough pill to swallow. Spain and Portugal have lower salaries, especially compared to the north, but the lower cost of living makes up for it. In cities like Valencia, Porto, or Malaga, you can have a good quality of life and still save some money each month, especially if you work remotely for foreign companies. Sweden and Austria, while offering stability and great services, have very high taxes that greatly reduce how much you can save. France combines high taxes with expensive rents, which makes it hard for anyone trying to build up their savings. And last but not least, Norway, despite its very high salaries, has super expensive housing and food, meaning the actual savings are often disappointing. Quality of life. Besides your paycheck, the quality of life really shows if a country is worth living in. Germany stands out with its great public transport, safe streets, and a strong healthcare system, even though some big cities have housing problems. Austria, and Vienna especially, is known for mixing culture, peace, and fair prices. In fact, Vienna is always at the top of the list for cities with the best quality of life. The Netherlands shines with its modern way of thinking, lots of English spoken, and a great work-life balance, even if rents in Amsterdam are still a real challenge. Sweden is perfect for those who want clean air, nature, and lots of vacation time, even though the long, dark winters can be a bit tough for some. Luxembourg offers safety, stability, and efficiency, but living there is expensive for an average salary, which makes many people live in nearby countries. Spain offers a Mediterranean quality of life that's hard to beat. Nice weather, good food, a lively social life, and more affordable prices outside the big cities. Portugal shares many of these good things, with Lisbon and Porto really growing fast, even though wages are still low compared to Northern Europe. Norway has amazing views, top-notch public services, and a peaceful life, but it comes with a pretty high cost of living. France gives you culture, great food, and fun things to do, plus a highly rated healthcare system, though Paris can be a bit much with its costs and fast pace. Ireland stands out for its welcoming vibe and international feel, but the high housing prices kind of spoil the experience. In short, if you're looking for the perfect balance of cost, services, and well-being, Austria, Germany, and Spain are at the top of the list. If you prefer nature and peace, Sweden and Norway deliver, while the Netherlands offers modern living and open culture in exchange for higher housing costs. Public services and social benefits. Europe really stands out from other parts of the world because of its strong public services and social safety nets. That's a huge plus. In Nordic countries like Sweden and Norway, the benefits are almost unbeatable. You get long paid parental leave, affordable childcare, top-notch universal healthcare, and an education system that really pushes for equal chances for everyone. Now, taxes are pretty high there, sure, but most people living there feel it's totally worth it. Germany also has excellent services, like Kindergeld, that's family allowance, a cheap national transportation system, and a strong healthcare system, even if it's a bit heavy on the paperwork. France is among the best, thanks to its top-tier public healthcare and generous family support, which makes it a very attractive country for young families. Austria, though smaller, shines with its efficient infrastructure, affordable healthcare, and high-quality education, even if the bureaucracy and the need to know German make things a bit tricky. The Netherlands has strong and accessible services, but their healthcare system requires you to get mandatory private insurance, which costs about 120 euros a month. That can be a downside for some expats. Luxembourg surprises everyone with free public transportation across the whole country, though its small size means you might have to travel to nearby countries for certain medical specialists. Ireland, even though it's English-speaking and attracts lots of professionals, has some serious weak spots in this area. The public healthcare system is overwhelmed, with long waiting lists, and the cost of childcare is among the highest in Europe. Spain and Portugal stand out for their balance. They offer universal public healthcare, affordable education, and good transportation services even if resources are more limited than in the north and wait times can be long. Overall, Northern Europe leads in benefits, while the South is known for universal healthcare at more affordable costs, perfect for those looking for security without paying too many taxes. Fitting in is great. Moving to another country isn't just about paperwork or finding a job. It's super important to feel like you belong, you know? Here, the language, how open the culture is, and if there are other foreign communities really make a difference. The Netherlands is one of the easiest countries to fit into. Almost everyone speaks English fluently. Companies are super international and people are very accepting. Ireland also stands out, not just because English is the official language, but because the people are so welcoming and it's a very diverse place. Germany has a huge community of people from other countries and offers many chances. But learning German is almost a must to get ahead in your career and feel completely at home in daily life. Luxembourg is a special case. Since it's a small country, very international, and used to having foreigners, it's easy to fit in there. Even though the local language, Luxembourgish, could be a challenge if you want to become a citizen. Spain and Portugal offer pretty easy integration, thanks to their open way of life. Their friendly nature and how popular their cities are with expats and digital nomads. Plus, Spanish and Portuguese are languages that, with a little effort, you can learn quickly, and they make daily life much easier. Sweden and Norway are countries where you can work in English in some jobs, but for everyday life and making friends, you'll need to learn the local language. And the people's more reserved nature can make it hard to form deeper friendships. Austria and France are even more demanding. To get good jobs, deal with official stuff, and have a social life. Having a good grasp of German or French is key. To sum it up, if you're looking for a place where it's easy to fit in from day one, the Netherlands, Ireland, Spain, and Portugal are at the top of the list. If your destination, however, is Northern or Central Europe, get ready to put in time and effort into the language and local culture to truly feel at home. Climate and lifestyle. One thing many people forget when picking a country to live in is the weather. In the end, it really affects our daily life and how we feel. It's very different to enjoy the Mediterranean sun than to deal with long, dark winters in Northern Europe. Spain and Portugal have an advantage here, with nice temperatures most of the year, mild winters and sunny summers, which encourage a very active social life. Being able to spend a lot of time outside, enjoy beaches and outdoor cafes, and mix work and fun, makes these places favorites for those looking for a more relaxed way of life. Italy also deserves a mention, offering a similar experience with lots of culture and amazing food. On the other hand, Nordic countries like Sweden and Norway have amazing scenery, clear lakes, and impressive mountains, but also long, cold winters that can be tough for those not used to so much darkness. Germany, Austria, and Switzerland have a more balanced climate with clear seasons, warm summers, pleasant springs, and autumns with bright colors. Here you can stroll like Goethe through flowery landscapes in spring or admire the colorful leaves in autumn. But winters in some areas can be very harsh. Ireland and the UK have a mild but rainy climate, which usually means gray skies that over time end up discouraging many expats. France offers variety, from the sun of the French Riviera to the snow of the Alps, so you can choose based on what you like. Luxembourg has a Central European climate with cold winters and mild summers, without extremes. The climate doesn't just decide what you wear or what you do. It also affects people's energy, social life, and mental well-being. A sunny country can make up for lower salaries if the lifestyle is active and healthy. While a cold and dark environment might need more personal strength, a real cool head to handle the impact. In short, Southern Europe, with its nice weather and relaxed lifestyle, really shines, while the North stands out for its wild nature and peace, even if it often comes with a higher emotional cost. Final ranking and comparison. After looking at all the factors, from visas to weather, it's time to put it all together and find out which countries in Europe offer the best balance for someone looking for a new life. At the top of our list, we have Germany and the Netherlands. Both countries stand out because they have pretty fast visa processes, good job chances, good pay, and a high quality of life. Plus, they offer clear paths to live there for good and an international vibe that makes it easier to fit in. Ireland is also right up there, which even with housing problems shines because of its language, how close its culture is, and its growing tech industry. Luxembourg also deserves a top spot thanks to high salaries and safety, but its small size and high cost of living make it more appealing to highly skilled workers. On a second level, we find Spain and Portugal. These places make up for lower salaries with great weather, a fair cost of living, and a more relaxed way of life, which brings in thousands of digital nomads and remote workers. Sweden and Austria are in the middle. They offer stability, safety, and excellent public services. But high taxes, language needs, and tough job rules make them less easy to get into. France falls a bit behind because of high costs and how much you need to know French, even though it's still a country with lots of culture and a very well-developed social system. Lastly, we have Norway, a beautiful country with great public services, but with big language barriers, very high costs, and harder visa processes. When it comes down to it, there's no perfect place for everyone. The best countries depend on if you're looking for money, safety, quick integration, or just a more peaceful life under the sun. It's important to really understand what each place offers and compare it with what's important to you before you take the big leap. When it comes down to it, choosing a country to move to isn't just about numbers or rankings. Every place has its good and bad points, and what's great for one person might be a struggle for another. Germany and the Netherlands are safe bets if you're looking for stability and chances to grow, while Spain and Portugal stand out for their weather and a more relaxed way of life. Ireland is perfect if you prefer English, and the Nordic countries are great for those who value excellent public services, even if things cost more there. The important thing is to know what matters most to you: money, fitting in, safety, quality of life, or how you feel emotionally. Once you know that, the decision becomes easier and you're less likely to have regrets later. Europe is diverse and has a place for everyone. You just need to choose with both your head and your heart.